All Creatures Great and Small returned to Channel 5 with the first episode of Season 3 and Love Was in the Air. Helen Alderson, played by Rachel Shenton, and James Herriot, Nicholas Ralph, got married, and it made Mrs. Hall, Anna Madeley, reminisce about her own wedding. She spoke to Siegfried Farnan, Sam West, about her husband Robert, with whom she had a son, who was Mrs. Hall's husband in All Creatures Great and Small. Wedding bells were ringing in the Season 3 premiere, and Mrs. Hall helped Helen get ready for her big day. Ever since the housekeeper at Skelldale House was introduced, she has been without a husband by her side. Viewers learned of how Robert fought during the war, and they had a difficult time preparing for their wedding. As she was rifling through old photos, she told Siegfried there was barely enough time to get a ring. Instead, they made a knot in a piece of twine, and Siegfried said it was a very practical decision. While she was helping Helen with her hair and makeup, Helen asked her, "Were you nervous?" "I didn't have time to be," Mrs. Hall said. Robert only had a few days leave. "We were in love, Robert were kind and a good man. It didn't turn out how I'd hoped, the war put paid to that. But when I married him, I didn't have any doubts at all." Mrs. Hall is not mentioned much in Alf White's original books, so not much is known about the real-life housekeeper, Mrs. Wetherell. Speaking to Masterpiece, she explained, "When I first heard I was auditioning for the part, I had a look through the books and I couldn't really find her. Likewise, she doesn't feature heavily in the series that was on in the 70s, so I was wondering what the part was going to be. And it was wonderful when I read Ben Vanstone's script. I loved that he'd taken the spirit of the time and the clues that are in there. When she's mentioned, there are very specific, small things that you hear about her, and he developed that, and created a really wonderful, truthful backstory for the character, and run with it." What is known is Mrs. Wetherell spent time in the Wrens, Women's Royal Navy Service, something actress Anna was keen to explore. The Star also opened up about whether there is a chance for romance for Mrs. Hall in the series. She said, "As a woman who got married and had her child very young and has had difficult times, having a period of time in her life where she can feel some degree of security, and earn her own money, and manage her own life, is quite a lovely experience." Mrs. Hall appears more than content with her life at the moment and will take things slow with any prospective suitors. She did start to explore a relationship with Gerald Hammond, Wilthorpe, but was nervous about rushing into things. With her husband Robert, she was certain she wanted to marry him despite the obstacle of war. It may be a while before she feels this way about another man, but viewers hope she will find happiness with someone. For now, she appears happy to reminisce over the happy times she shared with Robert. All Creatures Great and Small airs on Channel 5 on Thursdays at 9 p.m.